Hello, thanks for joining today. I know it's a bit last minute, but today I want to show you 3 different Yildirim Palabiyik Oud models. I want to talk about them a little bit. The reason why I'm doing this live is because there's a few different options out there for people to buy Yildirim Palabiyik Ouds. There's the top end, top tier kind of model, which is more ornate, and this is a standard high-end Yildirim Palabiyik model. And then there's the Sultan Plus, which I'm going to show, and then there's a new Oud model which I've just recently designed in collaboration with Sultan Instruments and Yildirim Palabiyik. The OFG stands for OudforGuitarists OFG Mechanica 60, 60 centimeters string length. Most of Yildirim Palabiyik's Oud builds are 58.5 centimeters from the nut to the bridge, and this allows for a lot of very comfortable ease of playing. You know, your fingers don't need to stretch so much. But the OFG Mechanica 60, I designed it with 60 centimeters in mind for some aspect of playability. I find it a bit easier to find the microtones or get more precise when there's a little bit of extra space. And also, the biggest benefit is that you can throw on any string set you like, and it should be more or less okay, because 60 centimeters is in between the Turkish size and the more larger Arabic size. 61.5 centimeters, larger Arabic Ouds. So 60 is right in between. It's a nice sweet spot. You can pretty much, I think you'll have success with any string set that you put on there. And so I'm going to show you those Ouds. What you just heard right now is the NVG 300 model. NVG 300, that's this model here with the I guess some random cut mother of pearl in here in the rosettes. And I love this Oud. I got this Oud back in 2018, and it's just an awesome instrument. It's one of my favorite Ouds that I play. I really like the sound. Right now I have Aquila lute strings on the instrument. So we've got the super Niglot treble strings. This has a really nice round punchy sound. I really love it. And a copper wound lute strings here for the bass. They're a little bit lighter tension than I usually use, but they work really great for this. I'm going to get a set of these for the OFG Mechanica 60 for you to hear. Now first I want to show you the Sultan Plus. So this is the entry level Yildirim Palabiyik Oud. The detailed work is being worked on by Yildirim, but the Oud is also being manufactured with the rest of the Sultan team. So for example, one of the differences here with this Oud is that it's a walnut mahogany back. Sometimes they make it with completely walnut back as well. Yeah, you know, if that's what they have available, or if that's what works for them. Sometimes they do make it out that. A nice ebony fingerboard. The ebony is a little bit maybe lesser grade the ebony than the NVG 300, the standard Yildirim ebony fingerboard. It's really nice, the one on this. This oud, let me price point. This is 2,500, the NVG 300, and Yildirim ouds go, from $2,000 upwards to 3,000 plus. So this one is a bit on the lower end of the high end, so kind of mid-high end, 2,500. The Sultan Plus, it's being sold for about 1,300 or 1,250 from their website. Until the end of today, you can get this oud for 1,099 through my website. The link is in the description. You can check that out. That's for Black Friday. We've extended the Black Friday sale till the end of today. Now this oud, I've tuned it down a whole step, or a half step, I can't remember which. I really like the sound of this oud tuned a whole step lower, or a half step lower. Even though it's a nice small build, it's also 58.5 centimeters from the nut to the bridge. It has a nice, deep, robust sound. I really enjoy this oud. And you get ebony pegs on it. You get a nice small instrument. You get the small rosettes here and a large sound hole. So 3 sound holes. I have a little bit of a funny string set on here. These strings are a mix mash of a bunch of things that I was experimenting with. So this is the Sultan Plus oud model. A really excellent value. Thanks for saying hello, Nick. Good to see you here. So yeah, this oud can be set up for Turkish tuning or Arabic tuning, whatever you prefer. And it's a great oud. I really like this oud. The playability is excellent. It's just as good as the higher end Yildirim Palabiyik ouds. And the tunability with the ebony pegs, just perfect. They did such a great job on this. And it is their best-selling oud model. Sultan Instruments best-selling oud model. So I really like this one. So that's how this one sounds, tuned down. I want to show you the OFG Mechanica 60. I also did a video on this last week. That's on my channel. So the OFG Mechanica 60 is based on the Sultan Plus a little bit, just in the design, in the face design. Few different features about this oud. It's a little bit larger because it is 60 centimeters from the nut to the bridge, and this one features a wenge back for the appearance. It's mostly for the appearance, but it does affect the sound. So you got a wenge all the way back here, you've got a wenge up the neck, and the peg box too. Then you've got one large sound hole here. I wanted to mimic the old Egyptian style ouds, and you get a bit of a different sound from this oud because of it just having one large sound hole. Another reason to have one large sound hole is to be able to fit one of these Oasis guitar humidifiers into the rosette, so that you can humidify your oud, especially if you live in North America or in Europe, and you want to be able to adequately, humidify your oud and protect the oud over the dry winters. that is made and designed for that. So the humidifier can fit right through there and balance on the strings, and then you put it in the case and it should be humidified when you're not using the oud. I do have to tune this up a little bit. The other thing that this features for guitarists in mind are the oud pegs, the guitar gear tuners. So these, one of the biggest complaints I've had over the last 10 years of having my website up is that people are frustrated by tuning the oud. And so this hopefully solves that for people. A lot of people who I teach oud to, they come from playing guitar, and guitar players are honestly spoiled with geared tuning pegs. So this solves that problem. And Yildirim was kind enough to oblige this design and set it up so that it is happening. So this is their only oud design with these kind of pegs, with a traditional oud peg box. And it was important to keep a traditional oud peg box so that, you know, a lot of these ouds that have geared tuners, they have a straight guitar style headstock, which is almost horizontal from the neck, and that weighs down the instrument a little bit more by pulling so far out. It also makes the oud really ugly compared to what normal ouds look like. So that was really important to me, to keep some of the traditional look of an oud. These are the most basic guitar tuners that we have on this. They could be improved in the future, perhaps. There is some talk about that happening, and we'll see what we can do. Hopefully the price won't increase too much about that. The regular price for this oud will be about 1,600, so it's a step above the Sultan Plus. And the soundboard has a nice, beautiful finish on it, very light finish. And then the cedar is really nice, high quality too. It's a cedar top as well, just like the Sultan Plus, just like the other Yildirim ouds, the Arabic Yildirim ouds. So let's see how this sounds. So this oud right now has the Kirshner strings on it, and I don't really prefer Kirshner strings. I'm gonna get a Aquila Super Niglot set for these and put these on there, but it's okay. I just find Kirshners are a bit buzzy. They're very bright sounding. This is the OFG Mechanica 60. I really like the way that the timbre is a little bit different. yeah, so that's the design of the OFG Mechanica 60. I really like the feel of it. One thing about this is that it's a little bit more heavier on the left-hand side, but it doesn't bother me. And I've been playing Ouds for 20 plus years, and I've been used to Ouds that are not as heavy on the left-hand side, but this doesn't bother me at all. So I think it's a good balance between traditional Oud design and some modern innovation like the geared tuning pegs. Modern technology really helps your fingers. You don't have to worry about pegs getting loose, getting stuck anymore. So that's really the part of the design that we had these geared pegs happen. And it also helps you humidify the Oud with the Oasis guitar humidifiers. These are big things for Oud players, especially how fragile these instruments are, especially in the cold and the dry winters. So it's really important that you have a way to humidify your Oud, and so this helps you do it a little bit better. Has that space in there within the sound hole, and you still get the beauty of the rosette. Yeah, so this is the OFG Mechanica 60. I just want to play this and then play the higher model Yildirim Oud. Keep in mind there are different strings on it. So yeah, a little bit different. Of course, with the Aquila strings, the NVG 300, the higher model, Oud sounds a lot warmer. The Kirshner strings on this are very buzzy, but I still like the warmth. And especially I like the extra space that the 60 centimeters offers. So this Oud is on sale right now until the end of today, and you can save $200 off of it as a Black Friday sale. We extended it until today, so you can get this Oud for $1,399 as opposed to $1,600. And these Ouds are only being sold through my website, and as they have been designed by me, and so yeah, I'm really happy with this Oud. I think that this can really help a lot of people get into the Oud and get into it a lot easier, and have a bit more flexibility about what tuning you use, what strings you use. Being 60 centimeters, you don't have to worry about it being an extra large Oud. You don't have to worry about it being too short and not being able to put Arabic strings on it. When you have such a short Oud like 58.5 centimeters, you have to use thicker strings, and you have to make sure that if you're using Arabic tuning, you have the right strings on there. Otherwise, it's going to sound very flat and very loose. So yeah, if you have any questions about these Ouds, happy to answer any of your questions, especially right now. I have about 10 minutes left, so if you want to ask some questions about these Ouds, by all means, go ahead. Otherwise, the links are in the description. You can check both those Ouds out and see what you think. I'd love to get some feedback about this Oud design and what you guys think about it. Being 60 centimeters, having the rosette with the hole in order for you to humidify the Oud, and with the geared tuning pegs so that you can easily adjust the tuning. I'd love to know what you think. questions, I'd love to hear them. Thanks, Nick. I'm glad you like the design. Any oud shop and brand suggestions in the Middle East? United Arab Emirates, Saudi, Kuwait. Brands, personally, I've never played any of these ouds, but I really like the brand Bahrain, or Bahraini oud brand. I think those ouds sound really good. They're really I really want to get my hands on one. They're pretty inexpensive from what I know, and it doesn't look like the oud, like the oud quality is very different from these ouds. These ouds building is really, the woods that they use is very high grade, and the builds are really strong. But there's something charming about the Bahraini ouds. They're really great. I like how they sound, and I would totally keep one, just, you know, in my own, just for fun. They probably do have some higher models. Yeah, 350 to 450, great price. I don't know where you can get them though. There's also a oud shop, I think in Riyadh, in Saudi. I can't remember the name of the place now. Now I gotta look it up on Instagram. Yeah, I gotta look that place up. There's another place, I think it's called Anqam Al Sharq. It's I think it's in Dubai. They also have a location in Istanbul, and they also stock Yildirim ouds. They have all kinds of brands as well. Yeah, but that's all I could recommend. I really like those Bahraini ouds. I think they're great, though I haven't played one. Yeah. What I like about Yildirim Palabiyik ouds is that they're very neutral sounding. They're great for modern playing. They're also great for traditional playing, and I think, you know, you can if you are a person like me who plays all kinds of music, Persian, Turkish, and Arabic music, it's great for all of them. So I think that's what I like about them. They're just a nice neutral sound. Thoughts on Zeryab? Zeryabs are really great for the sound and for the build. I have a cheaper $500 Zeryab oud, and they're really rough around the edges, so, and the nut is not really great, but the sound of Zeryab ouds are really great. The build is pretty decent, just rough around the edges, that's all. I haven't tried any of the higher Zeryab models, but I like Zeryab a lot. They're some of the ouds that I recommend the most. Yeah. Daniel, nice, good question. What strings do I prefer? I always prefer Aquila. And these days, recently I got to try lute strings set up by oudstrings.com. They created a custom set based on what I wanted of Aquila lute strings, and they're fantastic. That's what I have on the NVG 300. This one here, got copper wound. I really like copper wound. It creates a warmer sound. And Aquila Super Niglat. I really like the sound of these. Especially that ringing sound you get on the high end and the trebles. It's like when the strings hit each other, they produce this really high overtone, and I really like that sound. It's all in the strings. I'm gonna get these strings and put them on the OFG Mechanica, make another video about those, how it sounds with those. Yeah, because I'm really not a fan of the Kirshner strings. I don't really prefer the PVF, so the trebles. I really don't like that. After Aquila, my favorite strings are probably the Pyramid yellow label. I really like the brass wounds on those. And sometimes for some of the ouds I also like the black nylon. I'll show you the Sultan Plus has those on there. It's a bit of a mix, so we've got PVC on the G, but we've got the black nylon on the C. I like the little ring in the nylon as well, so that's what I prefer. The brass wound are really nice. I really like them. However, these are tuned lower, and so it has a now nice bass robust sound. I like the Dario as well. I like them because they are cost efficient. They're one of the more cheaper strings, and they don't take a lot of time to settle in. But I do think that Pyramid is, if you have the chance to get Pyramid, even just a Pyramid origin label, you'll probably be happier with Pyramid than the Dario in the long run. They have a more, I think just the sound is a bit better. But the Darios are great. I like the Dario EJ95A string, and I also like the Dario 11 string set for Turkish tuning. Those are good, but I find the D string, or in Turkish tuning, the E string is a bit high tension, and so I don't really like it for that reason. But the EJ95A string set, that was designed by a really good oud player, Brian Prunka, who knows his stuff about oud strings, and it's a great set and great quality too. So I often buy that myself. I'm addicted to these brass wound strings. They're great. But yeah, Quila all the way for me. Alright, that's all the time I have. I hope you enjoyed this spontaneous YouTube live, and I hope that you're doing good in your oud journey. If you have any questions anytime, or you need extra help, I'm always available for lessons over Zoom, and stay tuned on my newsletter so that you get updates about what's going on, what kind of promos we have, what kind of discounts are happening, what kind of bonuses I'm throwing into different courses. Next month there will be another set of bonuses thrown into the course that I'm promoting then. It's going to be all about Takasim, and so stay tuned for that. And if you're looking to buy an oud, feel free to give me a shout if you want my opinion. If you're looking for something safe, I highly recommend one of these three ouds: the Sultan Plus, the OFG Mechanica 60, or the higher grade Yildirim Palabiyik ouds. They're really safe purchases, and the quality is top notch. So thanks. See you later.